Sorry if I move my hands a lot. I am really awkward, and that's just what I do, okay? And I play with my hair a lot. Alright, anyway, moving on. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin, and today I have a story for you. I guess it's a couple stories to tell you. A little funny story before I tell you these stories. There's my coworker at work. He calls me Katie Lynn when my sass comes out. And let me tell you, Katie Lynn came out a lot, okay? Recently, I went to Mexico for my sister's wedding. It was beautiful. It was amazing. I have videos coming soon, hopefully. I just have to get my lazy ass in motion and start editing them. So my family was flying out of the Vancouver airport, so we had to drive 4 hours from my house to the hotel we were staying at because our flight to Mexico was in the morning and we didn't want to drive overnight, so we just stayed in a hotel the night before. The hotel where we were staying at, they had a shuttle to go to the airport, and so we got on the shuttle at like, I don't even know, like 7 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, I think, 6:30 maybe? I don't know. It was early, okay? It was very early. So we're like kind of like, we're on the crosswalk, not realizing that we're blocking people, not realizing like that there's people behind us or anything. We thought we were out of the way enough, but I guess we weren't, because this lady comes up and she's like, can you guys get out of the way? I don't remember if my dad said anything, but I think my dad gave her a little look or whatever. And so I turned around and I was like, yeah, but you don't gotta be so rude. And she's like, I'm not being rude, I just asked you to move. And I was like, in a rude way. And she just repeated herself, so I was like, in a rude way. And then she walked off. And then we walked into the airport because we had to go get past security, and we had to get our tickets, we had to go blah, 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 all that fun stuff. Like, obviously, yeah, we're in the way. We didn't realize we were in the way. But you can be like, hey, guys, can you just step aside so I can get around? Or, hey, can I get by? You don't gotta be so rude about it. Like, obviously, we're not blocking you on purpose. Like, it is not my mission of the day to block you. Okay, when they were doing like the whole like saying their vows and like we all lined up and everyone was like the actual legit wedding, there was a guy standing behind it, and I noticed that the photographer was like kind of going like that, and the guy was like slowly moving, and so I turned around and I was like kept going like this, and so just until he was out of the way, and I was like, I'm like what are you doing? Like, can you not be so disrespectful right now? It's just like, we're taking wedding photos on the beach. And like, yes, I understand that it is a open beach, okay? You can walk wherever you want. Okay, but we were taking photos. Like professional photos with the photographer and everything for my sister's wedding. So each time like someone would walk behind us, we would have to pause and wait for them to walk. So like, we don't want them in the photos, obviously. And like, no one was walking around us. They would just keep on walking behind the photos. I'm like, and it's very noticeable that there's a wedding going on, and I just found that very disrespectful. So this family was going by, and I didn't fully see the whole family, and I kind of feel bad that I did it, but like, whatever, we're past it. And this is an old lady on a cane just walking, and she was in the middle of all her family, so I was like yelling at them. I was like, can you guys please keep on walking, like walk a little faster please? And the old lady just stops and looks at me, like tilts her head, and I was like, sorry. And so they go by, and then another person comes by, and I was like, hell no. So I stepped in front of them. I'm like, can you guys walk around? And my dad was like, Caitlin, it's fine. I'm like, no, it's very disrespectful. Like, please walk around. We're taking photos here. And I just found it very disrespectful, and I did not like it. So I got a little mad. I kept on telling people to go walk around, and so people did. Okay? And I wasn't the only one that wanted to do it. I was just the one that did it. So when we were coming back from Mexico, we ended up, so we were supposed to be a direct flight from Mexico to Vancouver, but we had half the plane, we had people going to Edmonton, and we had half the people going to Vancouver. So we stopped at Edmonton, let those people off, and then we went to Vancouver after that. We didn't learn about that until we got on the flight, which kind of sucks, but like whatever. Not that big of an issue. It was just like an hour or two longer, which it sucks, but again, not a big issue. Not a big issue. I'm sitting down, and I'm sitting here, my boyfriend's sitting here, and there's this random lady sitting right here. She was going off about how she doesn't know what time we were landing at, and how we weren't supposed to stop at Edmonton, and how it's so unfair, and she was just going off. She was not happy. So she's like, we're going to be on the plane forever, and blah, 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 blah. She started talking about how it's stupid, how planes never leave at the right time, because I think we left a little bit later than we were supposed to. She was really confused about what time we were landing at, and she was just not happy about how it's extra timing and everything, and she was like, when are we landing in Vancouver then? I turned to her and I was like, well, we'll probably land in Edmonton around 7 or 8, and then we'll land in Vancouver 9 or 10, because it's an hour from Edmonton to Vancouver. And she was not happy about that. Like, she wasn't getting mad at me, and I wasn't getting mad at her or anything, but she was just not happy about that. She's just like, oh, I hate that. It's not the time that this is on our ticket. And she was just going off. And I was like, well, that's how airplanes work. And she's like, yeah, I guess so. And she just kind of turned around. My boyfriend's like, because he's like just sitting in the middle. And I'm like, well, could have been worse. When we got off the plane, like we were in Vancouver, my sister told me that when they were boarding the plane, the way that, like, I don't know, the way that the plane was, it just got confusing with seats. So 3 people sat in the wrong seats, and they were in the first class, so they're like way up. So there's like the first people that get on the plane. And so the lady behind my sister turned to the lady behind her, and she was like, sorry, there's a little mix up, just a second. And so the other lady, so there's a lady behind her, I think. There's a lady behind her, and she was like, what's going on, kind of thing. And she's like, oh, just a couple minutes, like, there's this little mistake going on. And so she's like, okay. Like, so they fixed the mistake, and so the girl that was right behind my sister ended up going to her seat, and then the girl behind that girl just stood there. And everyone's like, what's going on? And she's like, I don't know what's going on. These people don't even know how to fucking sit down. And she's just fucking losing it. Like, every second word is coming out as a swear word, and she's like pissed, and everyone's like, what's going on? And I was like, I wish I was there. When we got into Vancouver, it was like 11:30 once we got through customs and all that. And then the shuttle was supposed to be there at 11:45, and it was like, whatever. So I didn't get there until midnight, so it was 15 minutes late. And then the guy that was driving the shuttle, like, I'm pretty sure he was, like, stoned out of his mind. Because he was just sitting there, and we're all standing there, and, like, the name of the hotel that we're staying at was on the side of the bus, so we knew that it was him. So he's just sitting there, and I don't know who walked up to the door that opens, but they walk up to the door, and the guy's talking through the door. I'm like, first of all, that's disrespectful. Like, we're customers. You should be getting out of the car, but, like, whatever. And so he goes, he says the hotel name, and then he goes, in Richmond. And we're like, yeah. The shuttle that we were taking only goes to the hotel that we're going to. We're like just a little confused that he was asking us in Richmond. So he gets out, and he starts putting our bags in the back and everything, and then we get in. And, like, I know it was midnight and everything, but he just played, like, the news channel on the radio. He never asked us how our trip was. He never asked us how our plane ride was. He never, like, he didn't even talk to us at all, which was, like, kind of weird, but, like, whatever. I feel like I say that a lot, like, whatever. Because it is whatever. Like, I don't know, I survived. They survived. Like, we all survived. We get to the hotel, and he starts taking the bags out. And the way that he stacked it all, so the road is right here, and then the end of the truck is right here. So instead of getting in the back of the van, I called it a truck, but the back of the van to grab the stuff and then like put it on a lower level or whatever, he stood on the ground. I was editing this video and I realized that none of that made sense, so I'm gonna re-explain it and hopefully it makes more sense. Okay, so what I meant to say was that he would basically pick up our suitcases that were in the back of the bus, and he would try to set it down on the lower level so that he could pick it up and put it on the ground. But instead of gently putting it down on the lower level, he would slam it down and then gently put it down on the ground. And it was making me mad because it was not his property, like it wasn't his bags, like he didn't know what was in those bags. Okay, you don't need to like, can you like be gentle with it, like what the fuck? But I didn't, at this point I didn't say anything, because I was like, whatever, it's midnight, like I'm tired, I was just on the plane for 7 hours, and like I just want to go to bed at this point. So he started doing it with all of our suitcases, and my dad was like giving him a little look. So my dad was giving him a little look, and I don't know, I just felt like that was my cue, that was my time to shine, okay? So I just looked at him, I'm like, can you be gentle with our suitcases, please? And he turned around and he was like, what? And my boyfriend was like, no, it's fine, like, shh, like, he's like, just quiet me down. And I was like, nah. So I looked at him, I'm like, can you please be careful with our suitcases? Like, there's breakable stuff in there, like, don't slam it on the ground. And then he's like, oh, sorry. And I was like, yeah, okay, thank you. To me, I just found it very, like, disrespectful and, like, not really good customer service, because right now you are the face of the business. Like, you are the one that's talking to the customer. And then, this is my cat. Her name's Shadow. I think I've introduced her already. I don't know. If I haven't, this is Shadow. He's my little fat, chunky cat. You chunky? Are you chunky? She's purring. My little bubba. My little bubba. Are you my bubba? You're my bubba. My other cat's like looking at me, just so insulted. Don't worry, you're my bubba too. You just don't like being in my arms. Don't look at me like that. Oh, she's sleeping. She's tired. She's closing her eyes, and it's just so cute. If you wanted to hit that like button, I would not mind. It would be pretty cool. It'd be pretty nice. If you want to share it, might as well. You know, you're here. The click of a button, I think. I don't know. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.